Adams Humor Show. Hope you are all feeling good today. Guys, if you saw yesterday's video, you would know that RFK Jr. is going to be in front of a Senate hearing committee this morning, and he did not let you down. Holy smoke. So I wanted this video to be about the most brutal, scathing, tear-dropping clips from today's hearing. So strap in, because guys, this is wild, and this is not pretty. Unless you love RFK Jr. If you do, then it's going to be pretty bright up here. So let's go ahead and jump right in without wasting any more time. Also, guys, if you like having conversations like this, if you think they matter, please consider liking and subscribing. It's one of the best ways you can help. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and jump right in.
If you are successful in banning fluoride, I noticed you congratulated Utah and Florida, I think, for banning it. That's up to them. They can do what they want. But we better put a lot more money into dental education because we're going to need a whole lot more dentists.
I think that, Marty McCary's concern with ingestible fluoride is that the emerging science shows the benefits to of fluoride to cares and to cavity prevention comes from topical exposures rather than it was once thought that it was systemic, that if you ingested it, that the benefit came from that. We now know that virtually all the benefit is from topical, and we can get that through mouthwashes. We can get through fluoridated toothpastes. The National Toxicity Program issued a report in August, a meta-review of all the science that now exists on fluoride, and showed a direct inverse correlation between fluoride exposure, dose-related, and lower IQ. It's an issue that we have to all be concerned with. We want high IQ kids.
Mr. Hoyer,
right now.
Mr. Hoyer.
I appreciate that. I look forward to working with you on it.
Okay.
So good. Are you kidding me? I love that RFK Jr. ends this talking about we want a high IQ kids. All right, we do. Is that too much to ask for? No, it is not. Let's make it happen. Also, a great practical tips here. Use fluoridated toothpaste. All right. Use some mouthwash. You're gonna be just fine. All right. I love this conversation about teeth. But let's go ahead and jump into the next conversation where RFK Jr. is talking about the NIH and Alzheimer's and some corruption behind the scenes. I always love hearing about stories like this because it is so surprising. You will never hear this anywhere else. Crazy.
We're switching the trajectory so that we're going to really focus narrowly on chronic disease, ending the chronic disease epidemic, and then we're going to make sure that the science cannot be corrupted. At every scientific study is replicated. At the raw data for those studies is published. At the peer review for those studies is published. And we're going to focus on making sure that we get to younger scientists rather than the old boys network. And I could talk to you about scientific corruption all day long, about horror stories that we know have happened within NIH. One of those, probably the worst, is the amyloid plaque scandal. For 20 years, we were, because of utter corruption and fraud, we were directing Alzheimer's research to one hypothesis, and any other hypothesis was shut down. We should have the cure for Alzheimer's today. We don't have it purely because of corruption at NIH.
Ms. Frankel.
We are going to have it quickly.
Ms.
Thank you,
Frankel.
Mr.
Wow. Giant promises made by RFK Jr. this morning. But you know what? If he goes as fast as he has been going, I would not second guess this at all. Also, I love this moment with RFK Jr. and Congresswoman DeLauro, where he put her in her place. We love to see it. Check it out.
And it is just loaded with sugar and with chemicals. We're poisoning this generation, 800,000 kids, the poorest kids in our country, and we're starting them out with this count against them, with diabetes, pre-diabetes. 38% of our youth now are diabetic or pre-diabetic. That was 0 when I was a kid. Anybody thinks that we did gold standard medicine in this country from these institutions, look at our children. They're the sickest children in the world. Laura, you say that excuse me, Congressman DeLauro, you say that you've worked for 20 years on getting food dye out. Give me credit. I got it out in 100 days. All right, so let's work together and do something that we all believe in, which is have healthy kids in our country, for God's sake.
Ms.
Do
Dean.
that together. It's not, there's no such thing as Republican children or Democratic children. There's just kids, and we should all be be concerned with them.
Come on. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. RFK Jr. saying, give me credit. It took, you said you were trying to do it for 20 years? I did it in 100 days. The chills people must have felt in this room. Wow. I had to watch that like 20 times. That's crazy. Also love this moment where RFK, I honestly don't even know what this woman was talking about earlier. It just sounded just almost like gibberish. And RFK Jr. finally ended by saying everything you just said was essentially dishonest. Absolutely hilarious. Check
Okay,
it out.
well, I'm asking if anybody here, because you're
Oh,
here, you're asking us for money. We appropriated the funds. Did you talk to any of us, Democrat, Republican? You know what? There are actually some very bright Republicans. I will say that on both sides of the aisle. So the answer to that question is no. So your decisions, were they based on merit or generated by an algorithm? Did somebody get Elon Musk's computer and say, okay, just make 20% cuts? You know, if that
I mean,
happened?
I disagree with your entire characterization. It
Well,
was like the recitation of a narrative that, you know, everybody knows out there. And it's the Democratic
Well,
Party
I'm
narrative.
just asking you a
But
question.
it's just not true.
With
We
the-
weren't
with-
cutting thousands of scientists.
All right, I'm
We weren't
reclaiming my
cutting
time.
a clinical trial. I mean, everything you said was essentially
Okay,
dishonest.
all right, that's okay. Well, I'm
You know what? I'm just going to say it. They are trying to paint RFK Jr. as if he is the boogeyman, and that's just not true. And you know what? We're not going to let them. I love that Kyle Pullman says, amen, Secretary Kennedy, keep going. We are behind you. And there we go. And, you know, I don't know if I speak for everyone here, but I will say that I'm not going anywhere. So there we go. Here's this other moment where Senator Murphy looks foolish, said by American values. Check this out. This clip is about a minute long, but every second is worth it.
I don't necessarily want to spend the remaining 20 seconds in an argument over the science, but do you at least understand that that's the consequence of what you're saying? And are you actually still recommending people get the vaccine, or are you not?
Senator, if I advised you to swim in a lake that I knew there to be alligators in, wouldn't you want me to tell you there were alligators in it?
So are you recommending the measles vaccine or not?
What I've said and what I said,
It doesn't sound like you are. If that's,
are you going to let me answer? Are you going to keep interrupting?
are you not?
Are you going to let me answer? What I pledged before this committee during my confirmation is that I would tell the truth, that I would have radical transparency. I'm going to tell the truth about everything we know and we don't know about vaccines.
Are you recommending the measles vaccine or
I
not?
am not going to just tell people everything is safe and effective if I know that there's issues. I need to respect people's
I
intelligence.
think you're answering the question. I think you're
And the
answering the question.
reason
That's
that
really
people-
dangerous for the American public and for families.
We're
The
gonna
reason
to
people
Senator
have
Marshall.
lost faith in this program is because they've been lied to by public officials for
Secretary of
year
Health and
after
Human
year
Services
after
is
year.
no
and
longer
for-
recommending the measles vaccine.
Senator Marshall.
All right.
And by the way, I said at the hearing this morning that I was recommending the measles vaccine. Go look at the transcript.
Senator Marshall.
My goodness. I swear, nothing gets under my skin more than someone who refuses to let someone even have the space to actually answer the question or just to talk. What are we doing here? Do you see how this guy looked? He was like smirking almost because he knew that he wasn't going to give RFK Jr. the space or the environment to actually expand. He wanted a yes or no answer, but we don't live in a black and white world. Things are complicated. We need to create an environment for nuance and context to exist and not to belittle someone's intelligence. For crying out loud, come on. This is crazy. And I love that RFK Jr. at least ended this saying, look at the transcript instead of this guy trying to put words in his mouth. Jeez, this is Congress and they're acting like children. My gosh. I don't know if this is probably one of the more viral moments. And I don't know, some people are making a joke of this, but this is absolutely ridiculous. And I feel so bad for RFK Jr. to have gone through this morning. Someone in the crowd started screaming ridiculously behind him, and you could tell that it absolutely shook him. It terrified this man to his core. And understanding what happened to his father, understanding what happened to his uncle, everyone would have the same exact reaction in his position. Check this out.
More with less. The budget I'm presenting today supports these goals and reflects.
Thank goodness for Capitol Hill Police to do their job and getting rid of these angry protesters immediately. Look at it. I'll let the clip play out just a little bit, but this is.
The witness will suspend. The committee will come to order.
I don't even know what they're saying. I couldn't decipher it. But look at RFK Jr.'s reaction here. As soon as this happened, this is really unfortunate.
Today supports these goals and reflects.
You can tell how he immediately jumps from his seat and is just, I would say that he's shaken. This is, my gosh. Link Lauren says, look at this. Link Lauren says, very aggressive protesters at Bobby's hearing. I don't like this one bit. Besides President Trump, he has the biggest target on his back. And I think you could see it in his eyes. This is terrifying. When I saw this, I nearly cried. I might have nearly cried whenever I was recording this video. It was tough. This is terrible. Franklin says, the way Bobby jumped breaks my heart. This man knows he has a target on his back and still shows up. He saw what happened to his father and his uncle and watched what happened to Trump. Imagine what he feels a day in and day out, yet he still pushes forward for America. I don't think, a lot of people don't think about that. A lot of people don't think about how these people who are in these positions, they often fear for their lives. They're sacrificing so much of, yes, their personal life, but also their safety, their security, their family's safety, their family's security. And for what? I would say for people like me, for people like you, who are just trying to get by and to make something for themselves, but who want to do it eating food that is actually nourishing for them instead of food that is stealing from them. So today I'm eternally grateful for Secretary HHS RFK Jr. Wow. Also saw this from Ashley Nicole. She says, it makes me really sad seeing how shook he clearly was by her outburst. He's fighting a hard battle for us right now. May God protect him. So good. Wow. Before I end this video, I do want to share one last one. And I saw this from Anna Matson. She says, this sums up today for you. And it's pretty much a back and forth between RFK Jr. and a senator as he is taking her to school. Checks out.
Are you aware? What does the assisted reproductive technology mean to you? Are you familiar with that?
Are you talking about IVF?
Well, it's assisted reproductive technology. It's a division. Do you know what it does?
Is it part of NIH?
No, it's actually a part of your agency. It's a
Oh,
part.
NIH is part of my agency, Senator. You should know that.
I do know that, but it's actually a part of, it's the CDC is where it is.
Okay, then it's CDC.
Right, okay. Let me just ask you, and again, these are all of the things you seem unfamiliar with, the ones, the programs that you've.
You're unfamiliar with my agency, that NIH and CDC are part of HHS.
She tries to flip this whole conversation to its side and say, oh, it's because you're unfamiliar with it. And RFK Jr. had to say, ma'am, you don't even know what I do. What are you talking about? This is hilarious. NIH is part of my agency, Senator. You should know that. Come on. I love it. Anyways, guys, these are a couple of the highlights from today. And I feel like this video is good summarization. We got happy, then we got angry, then we got upset, then we got very grateful that RFK Jr. is okay, and then we got to laugh again. So that's kind of good. It was a roller coaster of emotions. So there we go. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this conversation. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? What are you excited about? Something that Kennedy said today. So yeah, let me know. I thought this was a great video and a great hearing today. Anyways, leave your thoughts and your perspectives in the comment section, and we'll see you all next time. You know what? I'll say one thing before I go. Guys, as you guys know, I've been building atoms lately. some people really, really like it. And if you're one of those people, please go ahead and be on the lookout for it today. If you haven't checked out Adams yet, go ahead, check it out, www.adams.news, and I will see you over there. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video. Episode's over already? Jeez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.